Hey there!
Ahoy hoy!
Welcome to Aren't We Special. I'm Lee Service.
And I'm Aaron Hill.
Every week on Aren't We Special, we take turns choosing a stand-up special. We watch it, and then we talk about it.
Yeah, but it's not a review. We're not
Nope.
critics. We're comics. Talking about stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy, my favorite art form.
Not mine, but we're still here.
Close second.
Close second.
All right. Enjoy the show.
I enjoy interpretive dance.
We're rolling. Slide whistle.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Prop, prop. That's my new intro phrase. Heidi ho, folks.
It hasn't started until
Till this
the slide whistle.
fat lady slide whistle.
Yeah, fat lady slides.
Yeah, she does. So we're here.
We're
are
here.
In the shed.
Yeah.
In the shed.
This might be the earliest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to cover that song.
That's a good song.
Yeah. This might be the earliest we've done.
In the morning?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, God, I've been up for hours. I was waiting around for an hour. I'm like, Jesus, can we just hurry up and get to 8 o'clock?
No, I'm the same. I'm an early riser too. This is good for me. Because usually I get up early and then my family continues to sleep for 3 hours. And
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'll get up, watch a whole movie, eat breakfast, have 2 coffees, go for a walk. And then, I've had a whole day by the time they get up.
Yeah. My house is up when I'm up. It's 3:30 this morning, and it's just what it is.
3:30?
Yeah. It varies between 4 and 3:30, but yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I've noticed your girls are always gone on Saturday morning.
They train Muay Thai.
Oh, okay.
So Jess teaches every second Saturday.
Okay.
And I believe there's some kind of family training situation too.
Right.
So they'll go out there and that's what they do.
And the kid does it too.
Yeah, she's
nice.
been training too. So she's
cool.
a little killer.
Nice.
So you can't fuck around in my house.
Those are good skills.
Oh yeah, dude.
And you know what's funny is we've been hanging out for a while now, but we only ever talk about comedy. So I really don't even are you into that stuff too? Do you train?
Not anymore. I hit the bag and whatnot.
Yeah.
I used to train many moons ago.
Muay Thai?
Yep. God, this is probably going back 15 to 12 years. And I was competitive for a little while, more in grappling than striking.
Okay.
But I kind of did a bit of everything.
Because Muay Thai is both?
No, Muay Thai is just striking.
Okay.
Yeah, there's clinch work in Muay Thai, which is technically a kind of grappling. But when I say grappling, I mean like a jiu-jitsu or some submission.
So you were
grappling.
like an MMA guy?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Okay.
A couple of years. Had one bout, got TKO'd in the second round.
Oh, no.
Great experience. And then within a year after that, I got a concussion on the work site, and that kind of ended the competitive career. So
Yeah.
I dabble, you know what I mean? I'll go and train with people, but now I need people who are mature and kind of they're not in it to fucking take over the world. They're in it to just stay in shape, have a good time. They're not going to take your head off, right? I don't want to hold pads for anybody who's trying to dominate the fucking sport.
Yeah.
I just want to, move a little bit on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, yeah, because a friend of mine is a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and he was trying to talk me into doing some jiu-jitsu, and I'm just I don't know, man. Because I know some places are cool, but then I've heard of other places where there's guys that are just looking for someone's arm to break.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be that element. I think it's with anything. Even if you look, so my girlfriend does Muay Thai, I do comedy. There's so many parallels, right?
Really?
So a lot of the situations that she deals with, I tend to put in comedic terms, and we can do it vice versa.
Crazy.
But if you think about comedy, right? Most people are cool. There's a small contingent that are just dickheads, and you just don't really want to be around them. Well, it's the same thing in martial arts, right? You're always going to have that element, no matter where
cops.
you go.
People who hate cops. It's they're not all bad.
Yeah. A couple bad apps.
Yeah, for sure. So we've been getting some love on the socials. I wanted to do some shout outs.
Yeah, man.
If I can.
It still blows my mind that people check us out and listen to us. I don't know if that's my own imposter syndrome or whatever, but it's cool. I'm just not used to it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why they would, but hey, if they're into it, I'm into it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's I think it's okay. Like it's because we're talking about, we're not just shooting the shit. You know what I mean? There is a certain percentage of it that is shooting the shit, and then we're also covering an actual thing.
True.
That you can. So I think that's kind of what grounds it. You know?
Yeah.
Because if we were just out here freestyling, like
no bueno. We're not interesting enough. But well, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I have had people come up to me and be like, "Oh, I listened to the pod and then I watched the special you guys were talking about because it made me want to watch." Or you know, or I watched it in anticipation, and I'm like, "That's wonderful. I'm so happy people are finding value out of it."
I was helping some friends. A friend of ours re-injured his knee right before our first baseball game. So we went and helped out with their vegetable garden, and then we're standing around, and there's like 6 or 7 of us, and all of a sudden the podcast came up, and they like literally all of them listen.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, yeah, I was kind of blown away. Like,
amazing.
It's almost awkward in a way because it's like, it's a funny thing because you do this so that people will listen to it, but then when people come up to you and say they listen, you're like, oh.
But it's like, but in real time, we're just talking into a void. We're just in a shed in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's weird.
Which is wonderful.
Well, but the trick is to not. I think whenever we start thinking about how it's being recorded, that's when it gets weird. When we have weird moments, it's because we're being too aware of what it is.
It's hard not to be, but I know what you mean. Yeah, totally. You said your baseball team. You play baseball.
Yeah, well, softball. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, Friday nights.
So volleyball's over now. It's softball.
Volleyball in the winter.
Same crew.
So same, pretty much.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I played beach for the first time in fucking I don't even know when the last time I played beach was, but I played last weekend and it was wonderful.
It's so fun.
I love it. It's the greatest.
And Hope is fun too. We go to Hope every year.
Hope sounds like a good time. I've never been to Hope. I always wanted to go to Hope. Up with Hope.
And Hope. It's funny because the last 3 musical headliners. The first year was the Trews.
Yeah.
Which one of my oldest friends and old drummer, Theo, plays for the Trews.
Yeah.
And then last year was Glorious Sons. My old friend Pete plays bass for Glorious Sons.
Damn.
This year it's USS. I used to open for USS.
Okay.
So every year I know the headliner.
Yeah.
I look like a rock star in front of my friends. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think Chaos is playing too.
I like Chaos.
He's a cool cat too.
Yeah, I remember back, in my college days, we used to spin a lot of Chaos.
Every day is Saturday night, but I can't wait.
To Sunday morning.
Good jam.
Yeah, man, he's cool.
He
blends rock and hip hop kind of really in a cool way.
Yeah.
Hope. Yeah, that was the cool thing about Hope is that it's never like. It's always bands that are cool, but kind of reachable, if you will. Like it's not like
Canadian.
They're not getting fucking Kiss.
No.
You know, it's just like someone who's like. You probably do have some local connections in some way. If not you specifically, then maybe your friend knows a guy or whatever it is, right? And pretty cool.
Yeah, because it'll be a Canadian band, and I feel like, Last year was, is it Hawksley Workman?
Yeah.
Do you know?
I love Hawksley Workman.
He's got some cool tunes.
He's great.
But have you ever seen him live?
No.
So, and he
I tried. He came to Brockville. Nobody promoted the show. We didn't know till like the week, and then it was sold out. He performed in like a church at the Arts Center. And man, like I can't believe, I feel shame that I missed Hawksley Workman in fucking Brockville. It was like, tickets were crazy cheap too. But
So they sounded amazing.
Yeah.
It kind of sucked because they were like early in the day. I think they played like 1 in the afternoon or something. It's always kind of weird. I feel like outdoor shows, if it's not like a huge festival, well, honestly, music festivals aren't my favorite, to be honest.
Mine is.
Outdoor is weird, and especially during the day. Like, I don't know. I feel like the sun has to be down. It's almost like comedy.
But when the sun does go down at the festival, the whole vibe changes, and it's awesome.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So like those early spots are weird. But anyways, they sounded great. The Hawksley Workman band.
Yeah.
But his between songs banter.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've never heard him. What is he?
Just really bad. Like trying to be fun. Like I was thinking like this guy needs to take the Pierre Bro
comedy course.
Comedy course is something. You know when musicians try to be funny, and sometimes they are, and it works.
Yeah.
But sometimes they just kind of like think they are because they're like, I'm good at music, I can tell jokes too.
Absolutely.
And then it's like, ooh, or like they're just kind of they're punching over their weight class or whatever the expression is. I don't know. They're just the banter doesn't suit the thing. Like, and that's a lesson in comedy where it's like, depending on the venue, you might have to change up your set a little bit. You know what I mean? I think we were talking about that last week. So like, you might have some banter in your head as a musician for like, I'm gonna say this between these two songs at the festival tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then when you get there, you're gonna have to read the vibe, you know what I mean? Because it's not gonna be the Kiss concert that you're imagining in your head with pyrotechnics and stuff. It's gonna be like 50 people, most of them are still playing volleyball or getting lunch.
Right.
And people are kind of milling around. Only half of them are even paying attention.
Yeah.
You can't be like, what's up, Ottawa? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was almost so uncomfortable that it made the music hard to listen to because it was like, I can't.
I feel like it's its own art form, the in-between song banter for a musician. Because again, it's not quite comedy. It probably should be tied into music somehow, but it's some middle ground. And definitely skill levels, different skill levels are out there.
But if it can be comedy, that's, man. If you can write great songs and play them and then do comedy in between, like
some people can.
That's
I mean, John Mayer, right?
Is he funny?
Now, full disclosure, I'm a huge John Mayer fan. But yeah, he's very funny. Like he literally does stand up.
Really?
And he's like pretty funny. Yeah. Well, he did that whole thing with like Chappelle, where he'd be on stage. And not just that, I mean, like he'll go up at the stand and just do a set.
Really? Eh?
Oh, yeah.
Was the Chappelle thing how white people versus black people, how they react to the electric guitar? Is that what it was?
No, that was on the Chappelle show. Okay. That was a sketch they did, but they did a number of gigs where Dave would do stand-up comedy, but John would accompany him on stage with a guitar and just accentuate the punchlines and stuff. And it never really got recorded in any big way. There was a couple clips, cell phone clips floating around the internet, but like they didn't put out a special or anything like that. So the only way you could have experienced it is live, which I never did. But it just the idea is cool, and I don't think you can just do that if you don't have some good comedy chops, right?
Yeah.
Like accompany Dave Chappelle on stage.
Yeah.
Not that Dave Chappelle I find that funny anymore, but
not anymore. Yeah. There's a lot of crossover for sure. Oh yeah. Like timing. And everything like that.
At Meow That's Hot, which was a venue in Ottawa, well, still is. I guess it's under new management now.
Are they going to bring the mic back?
I don't know. They're not even open yet, so that's all to be determined. But the beauty of that mic was when it began, it was do whatever you want. You can read your poetry, you can do fucking interpretive dance, comedy, music. And so what we had a lot of times was comedians going up playing music, and then musicians would take a stab at comedy sometimes. They'd go do a set.
That's fun.
And kind of what we found was that, like, yeah, it was a funsy kind of time, but more or less, we should all just stay in our fucking lane.
Stay in your lane.
Because no one was as good at the other thing as they were at their own, obviously.
It's a daunting task to mix the two. Because, like, obviously, we're both musicians.
Yeah.
I guess we've both done it a little bit. I think I've talked about this before, but I played with my friend Mike for a long time. We were like an acoustic duo, and we developed really good banter. I think that's the key. Like when you have someone else to bounce off of. Yeah. Because like we would just come up with kind of make fun of each other, and And so that was fun. But yeah, that's to combine those two art forms it seems like it would be easy. It seems like, oh, you know how to play music and you know how to do stand-up, mix them together, you know, because I've had people say that to me, like, how come you're not mixing it up? You know what I mean? Doing like you know, whatever, like a funny song or somehow mixing the two, but it's and to be fair, I haven't really given it that I think they're both so difficult on their own.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's what it is, maybe.
Yeah.
To try to mix them together is like, geez, where do I even start?
Yeah, and I think if you want to, just do it for funsies, because to try to actually like take it seriously is crazy.
Yeah.
Were you ever so I never really performed. I've performed a few times as a musician, handful of times, but mostly I've only ever been a music fan and a bedroom musician or whatever. But I did get to a point where I realized that the on-stage banter wasn't always spontaneous, and in other words, they kind of had their shtick
go-tos
that they would just repeat every show. And like I remember when I learned that, it was a bit of a dagger in the heart. You know what I mean? So like, for example, the Tragically Hip, who is just like taboo in Canada. You can't make fun of the fucking hip, which is fucking crazy because they were so make fun of-able.
Yeah.
But Gord would do this. I remember we saw them at Blues Fest, and my brother was like, "Watch, he's gonna ask the microphone, and he's gonna say, 'Why are you talking? Here's a microphone.'" And sure enough, Gord's like, "What are you doing? Why are you talking? You're just a microphone." In his wacky Gord ways, And then like he's like, "Yeah, I've been watching him do that shtick for like 15 fucking years." And he did it well beyond that, and into I think at the last show he even did it. And then like I'm a huge I Mother Earth fan. I've seen them like 5 times, and like every time they play One More Astronaut, he gets into it like, so da 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 da. Now we got a song. This song is about a guy who's got a job in space.
Oh,
and then he just busts into it. And it's not bad, but I'm just saying, like, once you see it 3, 4, 5 times, you're just like, this is all just a shtick. You know what I mean? Like,
you get the cringe.
So again, I think there's just levels of, it's its own skill and it's its own thing. Some people, I believe, really are good off the cuff and really can like interact with things that are in the room. And then another time, it's just like they've been saying that fucking spiel for 30 years. And it's just ingrained into them,
Yeah, because it is, well, and I think it's probably the kind of thing where you come up with something one night and it kind of works, and then you go,
oh, for sure.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, jokes are the same way. It's just we turn over jokes probably more than musicians turn over.
Exactly. That's not something they're focusing on.
No,
right?
exactly. It's just filler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had such a hard time with it. Like, I was so bad at it in my younger days with my pop punk band Far From Heroes, to the point where I would just sometimes like turn around and face the back, like face the drummer and like wait for the next song to start.
That's funny. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess if you're in some like punk bands tend to play in dive bars with a bunch of barflies and dweebs so it's like, what are you really gonna, I mean, unless you're gonna get political, which I guess some punk bands do, which is also equally annoying, I feel, but...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I just saw something online. It was, the band The Linda Lindas?
I've heard of them, but
they're like a female, I think the front lady is like Asian, and they're fairly political, and they had a video, and the song was like, this song is about like racist, whatever the opposite of feminist is. Chauvinist or whatever it was. Yeah, misogynist, racist guys or something like that. And like, so badly wanted to comment and be like, say something about how, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to leave this one.
Moving on.
Moving on. I was going to give shout outs to the YouTube commenters. Brendan, last name 1719 on the Dusty Sleigh, said, "What is this? ? What a waste of time."
Amazing.
Thank you. And I think I said, thanks for listening. So that's Brendan, last name 1719. And then to balance this out, at R. Fontaine said, "You guys crack me up. Keep them coming."
I saw that one.
Yeah.
Way to go, R.
And he came from, I think he came from the Dean Del Rey crossover.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So that's kind of cool.
Hell yeah.
He came over at episode 2 and he's still listening.
Fucking right. Retention, baby.
R. Fontaine.
R for retention.
Oh, the clip we had about the gluten.
Gluten intolerable.
About I was talking about the girl I knew who said that she has an anaphylactic response to eating gluten.
Yeah.
And I was joking about I kind of wanted to sneak a crouton in her meal to test it out. Mickey Mouse 7222 said, "TF is that? Anaphylactic response means your throat closes down. You wanted to put a crouton in her food and kill her?"
Thanks for your input.
Thank you, Dr. Mickey Mouse. No, I didn't actually want to kill her. This is a comedy podcast. We're just having fun.
It's so. I don't know. Just I don't know. What is he expecting us to say there?
Yeah.
Do you think if we had a murder plot to actually kill someone with celiac disease, we would talk about it on the internet?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not something.
Like we're hatching a fucking master plan here.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then the common novelist 4181 said, "Dusty is a great choice, a real crafty fella." So thanks for listening, common novelist 4181.
Oh yeah, common novelist. That's my buddy Jacob.
Jacob. Thanks for listening.
I didn't know his handle, but yeah, he's
been. I think he's commented on every episode.
Avid supporter. God bless him. He's a what would you call him? I suppose an artist in his own right. He's an author. He writes. He has written children's books.
Cool.
I own a copy. It's pretty cool. It's called Thunderbeard.
Thunderbeard.
The Adventures of Thunderbeard or something like that. It's pretty dope.
I like it.
I think you can get that on Amazon, perhaps.
Cool.
Would recommend for kids, yeah?
Yeah. Give it a goog.
Yeah,
Thunderbeard. And yeah, for some reason, that Dusty Slay episode has been doing pretty well. Getting lots of listens.
I feel like he's a hot commod right now.
Well, and I wonder if it has anything to do with... It's such a weird, the zeitgeist, if you will, is so weird. And there was something that happened recently where apparently Christian Bale is a big Dusty Slay fan.
Okay.
And they ran into each other at an airport.
Yeah.
And Christian Bale approached Dusty Slay and was like, "Hey man, I'm a big fan." And it just like blew everybody's minds, and everyone's been talking about it because comedians just can't believe that someone like Christian Bale would be a comedy fan at that level where they would kind of geek out over a guy like Dusty Slay at an airport. You know what I mean?
Well, I think in that sense, actors used to be the kind of A-list Hollywood blah, 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 and comedians were just throwaway dweebs. And I think those tables have kind of reversed a little bit, right? Like even on... was it What Are We Drunk? Or sorry,
We Might Be Drunk.
We Might Be Drunk. Sam Morrill and Mark Norman's podcast. They had William H. Macy on.
Did you listen to it
recently? No, I did not, but I want to.
Oh my god.
Apparently he's like 800 years old.
Yeah, because he's got his own booze, right?
Yeah.
That he's trying. Everyone's got their own booze now.
Yeah.
And they have the Bodega Cat whiskey,
That's right.
so they were. But there was one part, man. Well, this will be a good segue into Mark Norman.
Yeah.
But there was one part of that interview, because William H. he's like 80.
Like close to it. 79 or 78.
Yeah, which is crazy. But
I know.
But anyway, and you can tell it's pretty dry, right? And usually Mark Norman and Sam, it's bit of bang, bit of boom. And, it was really kind of low energy and thoughtful and everything like that. So really not their style.
Right.
And he said something about his two daughters. And then Sam or Mark, I forget which one, jumps in and goes, "Which one's your favorite?" And then because they're trying to bring some humor to it, right?
Yeah.
And then someone goes like, which one's better looking or something like that. And then it just kind of he didn't know how to deal with it.
Right.
And there was a bit of a pause, and then he went, "I don't know how to answer that question."
Poor fucker. God bless him for putting himself out there. But yeah, just like, well, if he's 80 years old, that's what, like he was born in the 30s.
Okay, but yeah.
Could you imagine someone from the 30s being on Mark Norman's podcast? Like, it's just such a clash of civilizations.
Yeah, and also, what, like, I mean, good for you for being an entrepreneur at that stage of your life, but like, why are you making a drink, a whisk, whatever it is? Like, what are you, at 80? You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I mean, Hollywood's not what it used to be, I guess. I
guess
know.
so. Hang on. I had to get that out.
Definitely seems like he has nothing to prove to anybody in terms of...
No, I mean, yeah, I guess it's just the love of the game, or maybe he's trying to beef up the inheritance for the kids,
think that's
who knows.
Probably a consideration.
Capitalize on...
At least for his best-looking daughter.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, well, let's, so a little bit of Mark Normand. Talk there for you.
One more thing about the comment. The one, what was it? What is this or something? Or
yeah. Oh, it's on the other page. Yeah, it was what is this?
The sentiment is just, what is this?
It was specifically, what is this? What a waste of time.
What a waste of time. But it's like, isn't typing what is this, what a waste of time, a waste of time?
Yeah, commenting on a video that you think is a waste of time is a doubly waste of time.
Which is so, like, the internet just gets so eat its own asshole so quickly.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's that game that you can't play. Otherwise you become the same thing that you're...
Oh yeah, as soon as you get into like comment stuff, as soon as you start going, the second you get emotional about a comment, it's over. You've already lost.
Well, I remember like when we were, plotting out all of our duties and what we had to get done for the pod, and like I remember writing down one thing is just like always being on top of comments, responding right away, getting the algorithms going, and then we saw a couple comments, and now we're just like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I actually get excited because I'm like, this will be fun to talk about. And
yeah, fair.
I think it's funny, right?
But I just don't like the whole. To me, it's just the whole thing is like, move on. Okay, so Sebastian Maniscalco has. I always think of this bit whenever I think of something like this. He's talking about Yelp and how it doesn't make any sense. Like, you're gonna go on the internet and complain. He's like, dude, you know what I do when me and my wife go to a bad restaurant? I finish it, I look up, I go, the salmon sucked, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, end of story.
Yeah.
Move on with I just don't understand.
And then you don't go again.
And the thing is, I get it, like, we're not everybody's cup of tea. We're still figuring out what we are.
Yeah.
It doesn't offend me that somebody isn't into it.
No.
I just don't understand the concept of like putting more of your energy into something that you don't like. While simultaneously calling that a waste of time. It's just like, and even me like breaking this down, like I'm playing this stupid fucking game.
You've fallen victim.
So it's like this is the pitfall of the internet that we're still getting used to.
Yeah.
And we gotta like understand what.
Well, and that's why you hear, people saying like, I think the people who deal with it best don't even have social media. They have someone who handles it for them.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or if they do, they don't read the comments. They hop on, they post their shit.
True.
And then they get off.
But I think everybody who's gotten to that point has gotten there by reading the comments.
Yeah.
I think it's a natural progression. Yeah. You think you obviously want to know what people are thinking and feeling about it. And some of it's obviously just more valuable than others, but I think you do have to read it initially.
Because they are brutal, man. Like so we're doing Mark Normand this week, his new special, None Too Pleased.
Yeah.
And after I watched the special, sometimes I'll go and I'll see what the internet is saying about it.
Oh, is that right? Where do you go? Comments section?
No, in YouTube. And like I found this guy who was absolutely tearing it apart. Like just just talking about, I forget how I got there.
Yeah, I'm just curious about how you got, because it's a Netflix special.
Yeah, so you know what it was? Because I remember hearing a story before the special came out, or maybe just after, about a specific joke that Netflix was trying to, wanted him to take out.
Yeah, he talked about this.
I think it was the Muslim one.
I don't remember, but I remember the story, yeah.
And so anyways, but I couldn't recall the story or which joke it was, so I was looking it up. So I think I typed in like Mark Norman joke that Netflix wouldn't allow or something like that. And it brought me to this sort of, not a review, but basically this dude, I forget his name, just like slamming Mark Norman. He had an interview of Mark with somebody, and then he would like, it was like a reaction type thing. Yeah. And then he was just like, and then I started reading the comments, and it was like, just like, yeah, for everyone that loves you, there's at least one more that hates you, it seems.
The whole reaction.
And like, he's not funny. He's part of the Rogan manosphere, and he's racist, and you know, he's a white supremacist, and oh God, like all of that.
But the whole culture of reaction is so, again, just so derivative and so watered down and silly, and again, it's just eating the own asshole of the internet. And it's like, I think about this when I watch hockey, right? I like watching hockey. I like playing hockey even better, but I can't play, so I watch it. Intermission comes, they'll have 4 dudes talking, and I'm like, get me the fuck away from this as soon as you possibly. Why would I want to watch 4 grown men talk about what other grown men are doing for a living? The whole thing is just so beyond, it blows my damn mind. Yeah. But the internet has embraced this culture of reacting, and I think it's a lot with the, the replay or remix function, right? Because you can just take anybody's video and then put it on your video and yourself talking over it. So now everybody's, I'm reacting to this, he's reacting to that. And then you watch it and you're just like, no, that was just a regular interview, and you're just like trying to milk it for every last fucking, it's just so silly. So I mean, that whole culture can go fuck itself.
We should do a reaction video of somebody reacting to a reaction video.
This is what I'm saying. It's in Ottawa, having the meeting about when we're going to schedule the meeting, about when we can have the meeting. It's fuck me, can you just do anything? Can you just like, so yeah, like the whole idea of someone, as soon as I see someone reacting, I'm like, I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
This is retarded.
Yeah, unless it's fun.
I said the R word, not in jest. That was an earnest R word.
Yeah.
Hard R.
Yeah.
Someone's going to react to this.
Yeah. Oh, you did just now?
I just did.
I didn't even notice.
Slipped out. I'm a little...
You can say it.
Folks, I'm on antibiotics. My brain's not really functioning properly.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm half retarded, so I can say that.
Sometimes I think I might be full.
3/4.
Yeah.
At least.
So Mark Norman, none too pleased. Have you watched Mark Norman specials in the past?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, okay. Are you a Mark Norman fan?
I am, yeah. So his podcast, Tuesdays with Stories, is kind of one of my go-to pods. I've been listening to it for a really long time. Yeah. And I'm down with the Mark. I really appreciate a lot of his style and sensibilities.
No, he's, like I would say he's one of the top comedians in the world right now, wouldn't you?
You know, after this special, I thought, I'm like, show me one person working right now who's better than this.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a masterclass.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
He's phenomenal. I'm going to start with what I didn't like.
Okay.
Because I always feel like, I think I always talk about what I like, and then I end on what I didn't like, and that kind of like leaves it.
Compliment sandwich, Lee.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm going to start with what I didn't like.
All right.
And I've said this before, and I don't want it to sound like a broken record, but I didn't feel as though I got to know Mark Norman.
No,
like
you don't.
Like, who is Mark Norman?
You don't know him.
And even though he does my favorite style of comedy, which is observational comparisons.
Yep.
My absolute favorite. I love it. And he might be the absolute king of wordplay.
Yeah.
Like his wordplay is off the charts. Like he'll take a premise or an idea, and any angle he can get at it, he will, in a very Seinfeld kind of way. But then the wordplay is like next level. Like he'll tie it in with these. Yeah. Anyways, he's phenomenal at that. But yeah, I just I don't feel like I'm getting to know the person Mark Normand, and even though his observations and comparisons and wordplay is off the charts and incredible, I don't feel as though I'm getting any sort of like unique perspectives from him. Like what's your actual feeling about this?
Yeah.
You know, because like even though it's there and it's funny and it's clever and everything, it's usually, if not always, probably the way I feel, or if not the way I feel, the way that someone I know feels, or whatever. Like, what is sort of exclusively Mark Normand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Still kind of the one thing I feel like I'm missing from him.
I think he dabbles. Like, what was it? 1 or 2 specials ago, his closing bit was about how women never are forthcoming about what they actually want, and he does this whole like, you know, whatever 5-7 minute piece, and it's masterful. He closes his special with it. It's wonderful, and to me, that was a real like, this is exactly how this guy feels. This is an original take that I haven't really heard before, like at least in this level of depth. But then, yeah, like a lot of it is just kind of, it's just jokes, right? It's just, I don't want to say surface level because that's not right, but like in terms of like, yeah, if you're going on the one end of the spectrum from wordplay and puns to the other end of the spectrum, which is just like raw opinion and perspective, I think he definitely skews this way. But I'm pointing to the wordplay end of the spectrum if you're just listening.
Wordplay.
But I do think there is elements of truth that bubble up into that and kind of percolate throughout.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like a mix. For example, like I thought his closing bit on this one too gave you an indication of how he really feels. Do you remember what it was?
Well, the gay president, wasn't that the gays moving into the neighborhood?
Yeah. I mean, I think this is just his take on, well, you know, first of all, how cool gay people are, and then how they're kind of carving out lifestyles for themselves in modern society that are kind of better than a lot of other neighborhoods or, you know, ways of living.
Yeah.
So I think he's recognized this and put it into this crazy elaborate bit where it's like, that's actually a means towards achieving like world peace, which is, I think, pretty brilliant. And I think that's coming from a real place. You know, I don't think you would put the time and effort into something like that if you didn't really feel that way, right? Or at least, you know, obviously it's exaggerated, but I know what you're saying. I think honestly,
I think like I don't get that from him. To me, that was just all fun. I didn't actually get a sense that he thinks there should be a gay president.
I think he's just.
I think for me, it was just a way to get to faggot.
I think he's just autistic.
I was going to say that too. I wrote that down. I think he really is.
Yeah, I think so too. No, I don't think, like he said, he is.
Well, yeah, because he has jokes about it.
He doesn't wear like a label or anything, but he's definitely referred to it many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way he farts all the time? Have you noticed that he'll, they were talking about it on We Might Be Drunk last week. Because it doesn't matter who they have on or like who's podcasting on. Like if he has to fart, he'll rip it.
Well, he belches a lot too.
And he burps all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's an autism thing, but it's funny because he was on, I think, David Cross's podcast, and he ripped a fart, and David Cross was like just grossed right out.
That's amazing. Well, yeah, he tells the story on his podcast one time about when Louis C.K. had him come out and open for him for a few dates on the road when he was like a new comic just starting out. And like he was in the hotel room, like on Louis' bed, and he farted, and Louis was just looked at him like disgustedly,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh no, I've just made a horrible mistake," you know.
It is a funny thing.
I just don't. So I don't think he. Yeah, that's what I mean by surface level. Like it tends to skew towards wordplay because I don't think he is. I think he's on the spectrum in some way, and emoting isn't really his strong suit.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, but I do think how he really feels comes out in kind of different ways, right? But the other thing I'll say is that, and what I noticed about them, maybe this can transition into things that we like about him, but like, well, I mean, I like pretty much everything about him, but what was my point? Antibiotic brain.
Uh-oh.
Slide whistle in reverse. I don't know. What I was going to say was that...
I'll hit it. Hang on. It'll give you a second to think. In reverse, so I go... No, it's...
Yeah. That's the one.
That was a good one.
Boop. Okay, so yeah. He talks about... First of all, I think he's got all these little tricks that he does, right? To be able to say what he's able to say.
I was going to say... I think I made a note that like it almost his joke writing almost seems like he has a formula for it.
I don't know.
Or at least like maybe a few like.
I think there's a lot of different levels coming together at once.
And his rhythm. Did you notice his rhythm is like almost? It's like da 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 da. Like it's very I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it's relentless. He's got a quick pace.
Yeah.
And everything like there's no real ebbs and flows. Like there's not a lot of dynamic to his rhythm or his delivery. But when he does take a bit of a pause,
you feel it.
You really feel it. He does it a couple times. I made note of it. There's one where he goes, where he's talking about you look at each other's algorithms, you know, like if his wife saw his algorithm and it's all like, you know, hot women and stuff, and he's like, you want to fuck these women or whatever, and then he looks at hers and it's just cats, and then he takes a pause. He goes, "What, do you want to fuck these cats?"
Yeah.
And it lands so hard.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he's 20 minutes into the special and he's been and then all of a sudden he takes, and even though it's like maybe a 1 second pause, it feels like an eternity because you've just been listening to a machine gun.
Most definitely, yeah. I don't know. Like, I think it's probably. I mean, he's been doing it for a really long time, so he's probably just got his own patterns down.
For sure. You know, but it just made me think about. I need to. Yeah. I know about the pause. You know, and I think maybe I don't think about it enough.
But he's a machine. Like I saw him live. Have you seen him live?
No.
I saw him live at the Algonquin Theater, and he did probably an hour and a half, and it was nonstop.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yeah,
I don't even think he paused the way he did on this.
Right.
I think that new pause is like a new development for him.
Yeah.
You can't believe it. And to me, it's like, I don't know how anyone could memorize that amount of material without being on the spectrum. Like it's it's like Rain Man. It's crazy.
Yeah, he is Rain Man-ish.
So one of the things I picked up on this time is again, so Mark Norman, if you're not familiar, he goes a little hard, right? He goes dark, he goes dirty, he goes risque, whatever.
Shock, whatever, yeah.
Shock, you know, so, but in the beginning, he kind of preempts it, and he says, look, I'm going to say some horrific stuff up here, but we're having yucks, it's all good, whatever. So I wondered, what I wondered was like, when he was coming up and like working out and finding his voice, etc., like, at what point did he start incorporating that little warning, right? Because like in an open mic, would you need that warning? Would it alienate people at an independent show as much as like in a theater show or whatever? So it's like, that for one was like, I thought really smart on his part, and I don't think you could just launch into that material without some kind of like, hey, this is gonna get wonky.
Especially when you're shooting a special and he did it in Boulder, Colorado, and he's never even been to Boulder, Colorado before.
Yeah. And it's going on an international platform, Netflix.
Exactly.
Maybe the biggest platform. Yeah. The other few tricks that I picked up on that he does, like I noticed that he is kind of just whatever the joke needs him to be.
Yeah.
And other people are also whatever the joke needs them to be. So he's got a lot of friends. Oh, my friend's a vegan. He's always saying this.
Yeah.
You don't have a vegan friend.
Right.
My friend's a cyclist. That's not true.
Right.
But for the joke, it helps because the friend grounds it and it personalizes it. And now it's not like Mark against the vegans or Mark against the cyclist. It's Mark and his friends having disagreements like all friends do, right? And then the other thing, like at one point he said...
It's actually really smart.
No, it's
because then
brilliant.
You're not going after a group of people. You're going after one person, but it's your friend.
You're personalizing it. It's... the other thing he said that I took note of was at one point he said he was a lifelong Democrat. Now, maybe that's true, maybe that's not. But I think that's what the joke needs him to be because I've been listening to Tuesdays with Stories, honestly, for 9 years.
Yeah.
Mark always talks about how he has no idea. He has no interest. He doesn't care about politics. He never has. He will say anything to agree with, and it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. He's not that guy. He's not about that. I'm not saying he's about anything political. I'm just saying for that joke to work, it was better for him to be a lifelong Democrat. So that's what he said he was. Which I think might, again, play into the idea that, like, this is all jokes to him. Like, jokes are first and foremost, whatever the jokes needs him to be, that's what he'll be. And maybe that speaks to, like, an autistic level of discipline and commitment to comedy, which you can't understate. Like, I don't think there's anyone as committed to jokes as Mark Normand.
No.
He lives and breathes.
I think that's why I like listening. Like, yeah, it's funny. I don't know if I would almost prefer him as a podcaster than a stand-up. I don't know if that might be bold, but for that reason, though, he's so passionate about comedy. He's so like consumed with it.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter what he's doing. He's always looking for bits and and finding jokes and puns and he's really entertaining to listen to in that way. But I had something. Man, now I have antibiotic brain.
Oh, I'm rubbing off on you.
I know what it is. The document. Did you watch the documentary?
Oh, I didn't. No.
Okay, so definitely watch it.
Okay.
It's called Pushing Boulder, and I would recommend it for anyone who does stand-up comedy in any capacity to watch because it's just one of those. It's incredible. So it leads up to the filming of the special.
Yep.
And he goes to somewhere in Texas. I forget the town. He keeps joking about how it's almost Denver. I don't know if that gives you any clues of what it might be. But he goes there, and it's an improv comedy club, I believe. And he does 9 shows from a Thursday to a Sunday.
Okay.
The last 2 days, it's like 3 shows a day.
Yeah.
And he's working out this hour that we're talking about. And so it's really cool because he's with a couple other comics. One of them is Salacuse, you know.
Well, I think he's a photographer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, whoever it is. But anyways, it's just so cool to see him working on bits and then like even taking tags from like whoever photographers or other comics that he brings with him or whatever. And so it was cool to see and then to watch the special. So one that stood out was, you know how he's talking about, he's talking about drinking and driving, but then he's talking about being on your phone and driving.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know, okay, well, I'm on my phone, but you look at the police and they got the whole laptop on the, right? Mm-hmm. And then he goes, he's over there watching Rodney King reruns on his laptop.
That was great.
So it was cool because in the documentary, it's called Pushing Boulder, and you see the evolution of that bit. And I think it was actually the photographer that gave him that tag.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because he had a Rodney King thing, but it wasn't, or I think he gave him Rodney King, but then I think he said, and it was like the nuances it showed because he does it the first time. He goes, he's in there watching old Rodney King footage or something like that. And then I think that Syracuse guy goes, try Rodney King reruns.
Right.
And then it hits so much harder.
Yeah, I can see that.
Such a stupid little thing, you know what I mean?
I don't think it's stupid.
No, it's not, but it is. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing. You're just saying it slightly different. And we know it matters, but
yeah. But like you know, I'm a language guy, right? To me, all those syllables, all the word, like that's poetic. Rodney King reruns. That's an alliteration, right? That works. And reruns has a way different implication than footage. Like footage is like grainy. You're trying to solve something. Reruns is something you enjoy. You only watch it because you love it.
Yeah.
Right? There's an implication of like, oh, this is my jam. This is what gets me off.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it takes you from a police officer watching footage to a guy who loves watching Rodney King getting beat up, which is not funny.
No, it's a funny joke.
It's a funny joke.
Yeah.
And and obviously that's why people think it's stuff like that who make people think that comics like Mark Norman are racist. They're not.
But those people are idiots.
Yeah, they really are.
They're dumb. And I know even listening to this episode, if you don't know Mark Norman and you just heard us talking out of context, you think we're the same as Mark Norman.
Sure.
But it's like, no. If you don't, it's all about the context, and it's all about, this is what, I'm not going to explain it because if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
For sure. And did you watch any of the Kevin Hart roast?
I did not.
Man, wild things were said at the Kevin Hart roast.
That's kind of why I don't really care.
I know, I watched it just because.
Yeah.
Roasting is not my favorite thing. I don't think I'll ever get into it.
Yeah.
It was entertaining, but you know what's not entertaining is when you have actors and athletes performing roast jokes that were written by other people. It's so bad. The delivery is so bad.
Yeah.
Comedy is not something you can fake. If you don't have the delivery, it's not gonna land. It's just, if you're not funny, you're not funny. It's not happening. Shane Gillis roasted, you know, the really attractive black lady from One Battle After Another? Did you see that movie?
Yeah, the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she gets up and does a few minutes of jokes that would have been hilarious with the right
timing.
delivery.
Sure.
And then Shane Gillis hosted it, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes up and he goes, it's proof that you can't be hot and funny or something like that. Yeah, just roasted her. But you know what? It made me realize I think these roasts have a place. I think the purpose of them, if not intentional, is to remind people that words are just words. We have to live in a society where you can literally say anything and not be punished for it. Because once you get into punishing people for words, that's a dangerous road. Anyways, that was just a thought.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a whole other bag of dicks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. That's not what this podcast is about. But
no.
I will say roasts, they've completely changed what they are. They used to just be private for groups of friends to take jabs at each other out of respect and love. They've since gone public, and now it's just a free-for-all. Anyone can roast anybody. And to me, that takes the value, because it's like, I like roasting. I have roasted a fair amount of times. I did a roast recently, which, by the way, is still private, and that's the beauty of it. If you're not a comic or a member of a club, like a comedy club staff, you're not allowed entry. No girlfriends.
And there was no.
Nothing.
Was it recorded at all?
No, not at all.
Nice.
You can't because I don't think the public can handle it. Again, it's just they would take it out of context and whatever. But I think that's the proper way to do it, because once you start spreading it out into the world, of course, people are going to take it the wrong way, and of course, and I do feel like it's evolving into something that's I just don't even recognize anymore. It's just about ratings and whatever, and I don't know.
Yeah. One thing I noticed about Mark is he's not really a callback guy.
Interesting. Yeah, you're right. I don't think there are many on this one.
I think the closest thing he came to a callback was, you know how he joked about his wife being Indian? She's not Indian, but she works in IT.
Yeah.
And something else.
Yeah.
And then he later said something about you're gonna have to compete with my wife in a spelling bee, and she's Indian.
Yes.
That was the So that was a callback, but a small one, and only one, which is crazy. Where you have some like Dusty Slade, for example. How many did he have?
Of course. 10? Yeah, and I think I don't know. Mark is just. I think it's almost a traditional way of doing comedy. It's just set up, punch, relentless pace. Mm-hmm. And I love that. Now, I will say, I had to take a break in the middle because at a certain point, my brain is just like, he just went through so much material.
It is a lot.
I had to take a pause because I'm like, first of all, these jokes deserve more credit, I feel, than he's even giving. Because he's not even letting you finish laughing before he's on to the next one. And you're like, but that was a fucking masterpiece. And now you're just on to the next one. So I just needed to absorb a little bit of it and let my brain chill out for a second. Because it almost felt like overstimulation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And especially when it does tend to be a little bit, again, wordplay-y and a little bit cerebral. Mm-hmm. Versus if he was doing kind of more what you were talking about earlier, which is like giving like emotion and like an honest perspective on something. That I think that carries a little bit more.
He doesn't set the table a whole lot.
And it's not like mentally exhausting to follow. Because sometimes like I can't follow because it's like boom, punch, or set up over here, and he's connecting these two disparate things, but you need a little bit of brain capacity to connect those dots. Yeah. And after a while I'm just like, I'm exhausted.
He's so like punchline heavy that the premise, like you better be listening for the setup.
That's right.
Because it's over before you know it, and then he's got 6 punchlines.
Exactly.
There was one. Oh, they also talked about the sex robots bit. Oh, but okay. So like I was saying before, it's watching all these specials for this podcast. I think is awesome because it's making me. I'm learning what I specifically love about comedy. Like I'm figuring out like what are my favorite styles of jokes, which is cool because I don't know if I would have kind of figured that out if we hadn't been doing this. And so like I said before, it's like observational comparison stuff. Mm-hmm. And then like, if you can get jazzy with it and throw in some puns or whatever, great. But what I thought was incredible was why are the vagina and the butthole so close together? Mm-hmm. They're like Palestine and Israel.
Yeah.
That was
brilliant.
Incredible. Wow. The butthole would be Palestine because sometimes it's dangerous or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the vagina is Israel because I'll go even when there's bloodshed. Like
I think that's one of his strong suits. It's being able to take real world issues. And that would be the counter argument to a lot of people who are like, oh, you can't joke about that. You get school shootings, this and that. Well, these are all phenomena that exist in the world.
Yeah.
And I think the way that we can make sense of that, one of the ways, is through joking about it. At least that broaches the subject and kind of pops the tension around it. So
the court jester.
The court gesture. But Mark never shies away from any of that, and he weaves it up into this really a brilliant medley, and it's like you're watching society play out in front of you through jokes, and it's brilliant, man. And that's a perfect example, right?
Yeah, he does. You definitely get the vibe that he's taking the piss out of what a lot of people care most about. You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
Yeah, like people who are really kind of live on their phones and are stuck to the 24-hour news cycle and obsessed with the wars and the whatever, all the bullshit in the world. I think that's his gift to humanity, is that yeah.
Well, and I think that's the flip of the personal. So he's a little bit more cerebral, a little bit more jokey, but he's also talking about larger societal issues, school shootings, gang violence, the intersection of and the interplay between races and all the tension there, the Middle East, the war, pedophilia.
His bit about how the biggest enemies in the world all look the same.
Yeah, it's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
So on point.
Yeah.
So
even the Bloods and the Crips, they have to wear different color bandanas so they don't take out their own.
So I whatever. I'm not gonna get all soapboxy, but I think he's doing a really valuable service.
Yeah, no,
right?
same.
Well,
and that's kind of, I didn't mean to get too real about the roast thing, but I feel like it's kind of the same role as roast. It's which is the court jester.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? If it can't be joked about, then
that's a problem.
It's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And people who can't joke about themselves are problems too.
I think those are the people who say, "What is this? I don't understand this." Comment. What a waste of time.
Yeah.
So on that note, looking forward to hearing more of your comments, folks. Keep them coming.
Yeah, keep the comments coming.
Keep telling us why you don't understand what we do and how we're a waste of time.
Yeah, because we don't have those feelings enough already. Mark Norman, None Too Pleased. It's on Netflix.
One of the GOATs.
Also, watch the documentary Pushing Boulder on YouTube. It's incredible. I don't think it really matters which one you watch first, but watch them both. Listen to this podcast.
See him live if you can. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, better than specials, I would say.
Oh, well, live comedy.
The show.
Always better. Okay, that was it.
Awesome.
We're out.
Pa-pow.